I'm going to explain how balance transfers work. When you want to transfer your balance from one credit card to another, typically because you want to get rid of that high interest rate card and get it to a card with a lower or a 0% interest rate so you can pay it off significantly faster. There are three things you need to know before you do it to make sure you do it properly. And then I'm going to show you a calculator so that you can figure out exactly how much you can save. First of the three things is the term. The term is how long is that 0% or that transfer offer good for in terms of the length of time that you get the 0% finance rate. So most cards are anywhere from 18 to 12 months. 18 months, 15 months, 12 months, those are the typical terms, meaning you transfer the money to the new card. And if it's a 0% interest rate on the balance on the new card, you'll get it for that length of time. So obviously an 18-month one would be more beneficial than a 15 or a 12 because you'll have longer to pay down that debt. So it's usually 18, 15, or 12 months. Go for the longest one you can because you might need to later transfer with the remaining balance to another card, but hopefully you can get rid of it in that 18 months. Second is the window. This is referring to the transfer window. So let's say that you've figured out the math and you realize that you might need to transfer your balance to one card, and then you'll have a balance left and you'll want to try to transfer it to another 0% card. If that's what you're going to do, you might think, okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and get two cards right now. Don't do that because usually once you get the new card, you'll have a window of time that you can transfer the balance. And it's somewhere between typically 60 and 120 days. You want to check with the provider. They'll say 2 months to 4 months. So in other words, if it's 60 days, then you're going to have from the date you open your card, 60 days to transfer the balance from your current card to this brand new card. So obviously, if you got two cards right now and you transferred to one and you waited 18 months, and you said, oh, now I'm going to transfer it to the other one because it has 0% offer. Well, if that offer was only good for a 60-day window, it's not going to work out. So once you get your card, you're going to want to transfer the balance, obviously, as soon as possible. Because if you're moving from a 25% rate card to a 0% rate card, you want to do it today. Lastly, and this is a big one, is the fee. They're usually all about the same, and that's the transfer fee. What the transfer fee is, and it depends usually on the length of time. Most of the 18-month cards that I've seen are 5% transfer fee. 15-month and 12-month are typically a 3% transfer fee. Here's what it means. If you had $10,000 on a card, and let's say you were paying 25% interest, which I think is about average right now, and you want to move that to this brand new card you just got, and you got an 18-month term of 0% interest, they're going to give you a 5% fee. They call it their transfer fee. They're going to add that to the balance. 5% of $10,000 is $500. So here's what's going to happen. You've got your $10,000 on your 25% card. You open a new card at 0% for 18 months, hopefully. They're going to say, all right, the fee to move that over to this new card is 5%. So your balance is now $10,500. You're thinking that's terrible. My whole goal is to decrease my balance, not increase my balance. Well, that only happens one time when you transfer it over. And that is a nominal amount of money compared to how much you're going to save over 18 months with 0% interest. In the description, I'll put two things. One will be a link to another video where I've got 10 cards that have 0% balance transfer offers. They range from 18 months to 15 months to 12 months. It tells you about their transfer fees. It tells you about the length of time, the window to move them over, and you can see which one you like most based on some might have also rewards for the future and that sort of thing. So the video with 10 cards, and secondly, I have a calculator, really easy to use, and a link to that, where you just put in how much you owe, the interest rate, and then the minimum payment or the monthly payment you're making. Hit the calculate button, and it shows you every month, principal, interest, and how many months it will take to pay it off.
So as an example, when you click the link in the description, it'll bring you to this credit card calculator, and I'll show you how long it takes to pay it off. We'll show you two different examples so you can see before and after a credit card transfer of transferring your balance to a 0% card. So in this instance, The first thing is put in the balance, $10,000. You can find that from your statement. Your interest rate will be on the statement too, could be more or less. Monthly payment, we'll say $300. It'll show you what your minimum is, or this might just be the payment that you're currently making. So apples to apples, we use $300. So you've got $10,000 balance, your interest rate is 25%, $300 a month. You click to calculate, and it's going to show you an amortization table. Each row is a month. Here's your payment, month one, $300. And you can see each month it's $300. Here's how much goes to interest in the first month and how much goes to principal. As you can see, this is why you want a 0% card. Over $200 goes to interest, and less than $100 is actually paying down the balance. So $10,000 minus this amount gives you your balance. Each month, you can see that the interest declines slightly, and that's because your balance is going down, right? So you're paying less interest because you've got a lower balance. So $10,000, 25% rate, $300 a month. It will take 58 months to pay it off. All right, so 4 years is 48 months. So it's 4 years and 10 months. Let's just call it 5 years to pay this balance off. So now let's show the example. If you were to transfer it to a card and they charge a fee, in this case, we're going to assume 5%, so it's $10,500, because 5% of 10,000 is another $500. They'll add that to your balance. So your balance went up, but it will still work out because you're going to have a 0% rate instead of the 25%. $300 a month, just like the previous card. Let's see how long it takes now at 0%. Again, each row is a month. So of course your payment's $300 every month is what you're making. $0 goes to interest, which means all of it goes to principal. In the example I just showed you on the calculator, it was $91 going to principal. So you paid it down. Now you're still over $10,000 because you had the balance increase due to the transfer fee. But then it starts going down quickly because it's going down by $300 a month with no interest. How long does that take? Well, it looks like that's going to take 35 months. Now, 3 years is 36 months. So let's just call this 3 years. So if you compare the examples, $10,000, 25%, it's going to take you 5 years. By transferring it to a zero rate card, it'll take you 3 years. Now, as you know, they have various terms, 21 months, 18, 15. So you might only get down to month 21, and then this card will either charge you interest or you'll switch it to another card to get 0% for the remaining months. So that's it. Take a look at the link in the description, click through, put in your numbers, put in the number with whatever your going interest rate is. Could be 25, I think that's the average at the moment. Could be 30, could be more or less. Your payment, calculate, and then do it with 0 as if you transferred it and see how many months it cuts off.
So I hope you found the video helpful with the calculator so that you know exactly how fast you can pay something off, how much you can save when you move from a high interest rate, or really any interest rate credit card, to a 0% rate credit card. Hope you found this helpful. Please subscribe so you can watch more of our videos as they come out. And I'd really appreciate a like if you liked it, and leave comments if you have them or questions. I always get back to people. Thank you very much.